The FAMAS, with FAMAS being an abbreviation for Fusil d'Assaut de la Manufacture des Armes de Saint-Étienne, assault rifle from the Saint-Étienne weapon factory, is a 4-star AR that's available from both normal and heavy construction at a timer of 3 hours and 30 minutes, and can be obtained from drops on stages 0-1, 4-5, 5-5, 5-4E, 6-2, 6-3E, 7-1, 7-4E, 8-3, 9-4, 10-2, 10-1E, 11-1, and 11-1E. Though there was some experimentation with French bullpup rifles done in the late 1940s and early 1950s, the FAMAS project began in 1967 under the direction of General Bautelier, with the first prototype being completed in 1971 and trials being held in 1972. However, production problems delayed the issuing of new rifles, and the Battle of Colloisy in 1978 forced the French to temporarily adopt the SIG SG-540 until the FAMAS was fully in production, with the FAMAS being accepted in late 1978 as the French military's standard issue rifle. The FAMAS first saw combat in Operation Manta, followed by Desert Storm and other operations. It's nicknamed the Bugle by French forces due to its shape. But by 2017, the French armed forces began retiring the FAMAS in favor of the HK-416, officially adopting the HK-416F and starting the replacement of the FAMAS, with the FAMAS planned to be fully phased out by 2028. There are multiple different variants of the FAMAS, each with, I'd say, significant changes made to the FAMAS rifle. The base model, the FAMAS F1, and the type that the FAMAS in-game wields, uses a straight 25-round magazine, has a built-in bipod, and can shoot rifle grenades and equip bayonets on the barrel. Also, I find it ironic that the FAMAS has a 3-round burst feature, but the magazine size is 25, a number that isn't divisible by 3. However, the plastic parts of the rifle often broke quite easily. It was intended to work with French steel case cartridges and did not work as well with brass casings. And due to the F1 being designed around one-use magazines, I know, very dumb, and then being forced to reuse magazines due to budgetary constraints, led to multiple jams. The FAMAS G2, with the G1 never actually being produced, was developed in 1994 to comply with NATO's standard magazines and tighter rifling. Other changes included an addition of a handguard, the ability to take brass-cased cartridges, a small handstop at the front of the handguard, and is typically seen using 30-round curved magazines instead of the 25-round straight magazines. Finally, a number divisible by 3. The FAMAS Feline standing for Fantassin Equipment et Liaison Intégrée, or Integrated Infantryman Equipment and Communications, which FAMAS has as her spec, is a modified F1 FAMAS that has its carry handle sight rail shortened and has the addition of a Picatinny rail system on the carry handle. The Feline system, overall, are multiple different pieces of technology that a French infantryman would wear, such as helmets, camo, armor, and specific to the FAMAS, a scope. The F1 now comes with a second grip and a telescopic sight, with the sight having night vision and IR sensors, along with a standard scope. The other parts of the Feline system allow for the infantry to, for example, fire the FAMAS from behind cover as they are able to look through the scope with an eyepiece. They can also better aim with the handguard. The FAMAS is a lever-delayed blowback select-fire assault rifle, which fires the 5.56 x 45mm NATO cartridge from either a 25 or 30-round detachable box magazine at a fire rate of 900 to 1100 rounds per minute out to a range of 3,200 meters. There is a common misconception that the FAMAS is either automatic and semi-automatic or 3-round burst and semi-automatic. The truth is, somewhere on the rifle, the user of the rifle can choose whether or not they want the third option on their fire selector to either be 3-round burst or automatic. It's one or the other based on the infantryman's selection, not on how the rifle was built. In her character art drawn by KY, FAMAS wears a red button-up jacket with multiple white stripes and a long flowing closure, pink flowing ribbons behind her, stud earrings, black gloves, a blue frilled skirt with multiple stripes at the bottom, a thigh holster on her right thigh, a duffel bag with some RPG-7 rockets peeking out the top, black tights, and white cuffed boots. If you couldn't tell, her color scheme is much like the French tricolor. She holds her FAMAS with only her left hand finger off the trigger. The FAMAS itself is an F1 model and looks pretty friggin' big compared to her. Like, look at her hand on the grip. It also has an improperly equipped bayonet, a heart keychain with FAMAS in the heart, and she has a bunch of bricks crumbling away underneath her feet. In her voice lines, voiced by Matsui Eriko, who also voices Isuzu and Kanako in Log Horizon, Suzuka in Akame ga Kill, Kamika in Fairy Tail, now Kamiya in Idolmaster, Emi in Mob Psycho 100, Brown Bear in Kimono Friends, Kyoko Maki in After School Dice Club, Fuji Kiseki in Uma Musume, and Kuwakami Kaho in Blue Archive, FAMAS does her best to support others.
指揮官殿、私が貴軍に加勢すれば100人力です。お帰りなさいませ、指揮官。皆さん、支援なら私に任せてください。ここで休んではダメですよ。これも完了、あれも完了。次は、指揮官、脅かさないでください。それは、一生かかる任務ですよ。本当にいいんですか？指揮官、何のご用ですか？
また机を散らかして、注意するよういつも言っていますよね。まあいいです。何度でも私が片付けてあげますから。
Like some ARs, FAMAS's main role is launching a grenade to deal with large swarms of enemies. Her singular tile buffs 1 SMG, giving them plus 60% accuracy and plus 25% damage. She's best placed on tiles 1, 2, 4, or 5. At level 10, FAMAS's skill, High Explosive Grenade, has FAMAS launch a grenade that deals 5 times damage in a 1 unit radius, 2 times damage in a 2.5 unit radius, and 1 times damage in a 4 unit radius. This has an 8-second ICD and 16-second NCD. From closest to furthest range, her grenade does 220, 88, and 44 damage respectively, without equipment. When fully linked, enhanced, and at level 100, FAMAS has 121 HP per link for a total of 605, consumes 60 rations and ammo, deals 44 damage, has 40 evasion, 48 accuracy, 81 rate of fire, 10 move speed, a 20% crit rate, and deals 150% damage on a crit. FAMAS is able to equip telescopic sights, hollow sights, red dot sights, night vision, suppressors, high velocity ammo, microchips, and exoskeletons. The recommended equipment for FAMAS is her spec, the Felin System Sight, which is available from drops on stage 8-4N. And, when fully enhanced and calibrated, gives plus 48% crit damage, plus 8 damage, and plus 4 accuracy, 5-star HV ammo, and a 5-star focus chip. This gives her plus 34 damage, plus 4 accuracy, plus 48% crit chance, plus 30% crit damage, but minus 10 rate of fire. This brings her stats to 78 damage, 71 rate of fire, 52 accuracy, 68% crit chance, and 180% crit damage. Her grenade now does, from closest to furthest distance, 390, 156, and 78 damage. Thank God the French rifle is terrible, so I don't have to say anything good about the French. Really, the only things FAMAS has going for her is her very high rate of fire, being tied for 5th overall, I believe, for highest rate of fire with CR21 and F2000, meaning that with a decent amount of equipment and formation buffs, she can deal a reasonable amount of DPS. And the other being a cool Halloween skin. I guess the damage buff from her buff tiles isn't bad either. But unsurprisingly, the French are bad. Continuing the thought about the tile, while it may have a damage buff, which is good for Grenadier SMGs like Vector, Suomi, and Uzi, its positioning is goddamn awful, and has the useless plus 60% accuracy buff. Tell me the last time you needed more accuracy on an SMG. You don't. There's also the DPS issue, where she does have a decent amount of DPS early game, but falls off late game. Her spec can't even save her from how bad she is either, doubly so, being a grinding one in a late level night mission, where she's probably long outlived her usefulness. That's not to mention her skill, which is another god-awful HE grenade skill instead of the AP grenade, which isn't great, but it's better than HE, as HE grenades do less damage, and the damage doesn't overlap for whatever frigging reason. FAMAS best serves as 4 free dummy cores and nothing more. Also, she's French. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates, and please check out my other Arc Knights and Azure Lane videos as well.